Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nandakumar. Today I am going to discuss about KSET English Paper 2 which was held in 2017. This paper includes 50 questions, each question carries 2 marks, and I will discuss the questions with a brief explanation. So I request you to focus on my voice. So the first question is, labor is blooming or dancing where the body is not bruised to the pleasure. These lines are from Selling to Byzantium Among School Children, A Prayer for My Daughter, Easter 1916. Among School Children is a poem by Irish poet W. B. Yeats. The poem published in his poetry collection entitled The Tower. The central theme of this poem is innocent versus experience and native versus wisdom. So here the right answer is option B is the right answer, among school children. Question number 2. In which poem does W. H. Auden says that poetry for poetry makes nothing happens? Option A, A Memory of W. B. Yeats. Option B, 1st September 1939. Option C, Muse des Brooks Art. Option D, The Shield of Achilles. In memory of W. B. Yeats, it is an elegy written on the death of W. B. Yeats by W. H. Auden. In the poem, the W. H. Auden particularly concerns with the relationship between human and nature. Throughout the poem, W. H. Auden personifies nature and weather, juxtaposing with its man-made world. So here we can say that there is a contradiction between natural world and man-made world. So at the end of the poem, the poets by saying that new poet can transfer the society. So these lines are occurred in memory of W. B. Yeats by W. H. Auden. The right answer is option A. Question number 3. Make me thy ire even as the forest is. This line occurs in Ode on Grecian Earth, Ode to the West Wind, to a Skylark, to the Cuckoo. Ode to West Wind, it is an ode written by Shelley, published in 1819. The poem allegorizes the role of poet as voice of change and revolution. In the poem, the speaker directly addresses death and decay, and he welcomes death and decay because he believed that the rebirth will exist in this society. So he wants to promote this rebirth through his poems. So the right answer is option B is the right answer. Question number 4. In S.T. Coleridge's view, the primary imagination is the faculty mind in every individual, the creative imagination of an artist, the unique ability of a poet, the same as fancy. S.T. Coleridge, in his critical essay, Biographical Literaria, so in that essay, according to him, imagination has two forms, primary imagination and secondary imagination. Primary imagination is common to all human beings, and it is merely the power of receiving impression of external world through the sense. And second one, secondary imagination, is which is found in artists as well as poets. It is coexisted with the conscious will. So here the right answer is option A. Primary imagination is the faculty of mind in every individual. Question number 5. When lovely woman stoops to folly, this line from the Westland in the parody of the poem. Option A, The Vicar of Wakefield, Tom Jones, Pamela, Tristram Shandy. Here the right answer is option A, Vicar of Wakefield, a novel by Oliver Goldsmith. Question number 6. The Three Brothers in Jonathan Swift's A Tale of Tubs stands for three major political factions, three sects of Christianity, British, Irish and Scottish, and the classical, neoclassical and restoration period. A Tale of Tub, written for the universal improvement of mankind, written by Jonathan Swift. It is a religious allegory in which he represents three brothers as three sects of Christianity. The three brothers are Peter, Martin, and Jack. Peter, who stand for Catholic Church, Roman Catholic Church. Jack, who represents the Protestant of a church. Martin represents Martin Luther. So the right answer is option B is the right answer. Question number 7. Name the author who elaborates prose style originated the term euphemism. Option A John Lilly, option B Robert Greene, option C Thomas Dekker, option D Thomas Nash. Here the right answer is John Lilly, who originated the term euphemism, which means instead of using difficult words to use easy words. For instance, dead, died, passed away, so like this. The right answer is option A is the right answer. Question number 8. In Chaucer's The General Prologue, who makes the remarks, "My wit is short, may well understand"? The prioress, the monk, Franklin, the narrator. Here the right answer is narrator. These lines are told by the narrator. The narrator is none other than the Chaucer, the author of the poem, The Canterbury Tales. The right answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 9. The rest is silence. These are the famous last words of King Lear, Othello, Lady Macbeth, Hamlet. Hamlet is a tragic play by Shakespeare. At the end of the play, the protagonist Hamlet dies with these words. So the right option is option D is the right answer. Question number 10. Match the following. Oberyn is a character in the play A Midsummer Night Dream by Shakespeare. Rosalind is a protagonist of the play As You Like It by Shakespeare. Catherine is a character found in Shakespeare comedy The Taming Shrew. Falstaff is a fictional character who appears in 3 plays of Shakespeare. They are Henry IV, Henry V, and The Merry Wives of Wenders. Here the right answer is option B is the right answer. Question number 11. Which author wrote in favor of absolute authority? Thomas Hobbes, Thomas More, John Milton, Isaac Walton. Here the right answer is option A is the right answer. Thomas Hobbes. Question number 12. Name the author who makes a distinction between theological truth and scientific truth. Option A Francis Bacon, option B Roger Ascham, option C Lancelot Andrewes, option D Robert Burton. Francis Bacon was an English philosopher as well as essayist who is best known for his promotion of scientific method. So the right answer is option A is the right answer. Question number 13. Which work of John Milton contains an attack on the corrupted clergy? Option A Penseus, option B Lycidas, option C On the Nativity of Christ, option D El Allegra. Lycidas is a pastoral elegy by Milton published in 1638. The poem dedicated to the memory of Edward King, a friend of Milton at Cambridge, who drowned at shipwreck. But the main subject of Lycidas slipped away from the celebration of a king and reflect on the fruitfulness of his death to attack the royalist Anglican clergy. So the right answer is Lycidas is the right answer. Question number 14. Which is not characteristics of neoclassicism? Belief in reason, adherence to the golden mean, order to decorum, and an adoration of nature. Here the right answer is option D is the Right answer. Adoration of nature. Neoclassicism is a movement in art that draw inspiration from classical art and culture of Greek and Roman. The neoclassical period can be divided into three periods: Restoration period, Augustan period, and Age of Johnson. So the right answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 15. Ornonco is a option A play by Afra Ben, a novel by Afra Ben. Option C, a treatise on African slavery. Option D, Gothic novel by William Golding. Ornonco or The Royal Slave is a short work of prose fiction by Arthur Ben, published in 1688. So the right answer is, it is a fiction by Arthur Ben. So right answer is option B. Question number 16. Which is an experimental fictional work by Thomas Carlyle, a Victorian prose writer? Option A, A Singe of Times, Past and Present, Salter Registers, Shooting the Nigaras. Salter Register is a essay by Thomas Carlyle, published in 1836. It is a comment on the early life of German philosopher Dionysius. This book greatly influenced many American writers such as Ralph Waldo Emerson, Dickinson, and Henry David Thoreau. So the right answer is Salter Register. Question number 17. In which work does Blake says that Milton was true poet and of David's party without knowing it? Option A, Areopagitica. Option B, Lycidas. Option C, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. Option D, Songs of Innocence. The Marriage of Heaven and Hell is a book by English poet Blake. So the right answer is option C is the right answer. Question number 18. A great God, I would rather be a pagan suckled in creed outworn. These lines occurred in The Innocent Mariner, The World is Too Much with Us, The Trimmed of Life, Ode to Psyche. The World is Too Much with Us is a sonnet by William Wordsworth in which he criticized the first industrial revolution as well as materialism, and he concerns nature. The poem reflects his view that humanity must get in touch with nature to progress spirituality. So the right answer is question number 19. Match the following. Hetty Sorrell is a major character in George Orwell's novel Adam Beatty, who is highly imaginative and tend to live in world of dreams. Maggie Tuwiller is a protagonist of The Mill of Flesh, a novel by George Eliot. Dorothea Brooke is a character in novel Middlemarch by George Eliot, who is intelligent, also a religious woman. Gwendolyn Holt is a central character in George Eliot novel Daniel Deronda. So the right answer is option A is the right answer. Question number 20. In Matthew Arnold's Culture and Anarchy, the middle class is described as the barbarians, the Philistines, Hellenic class, the populace. Culture and Anarchy is a critical work by Matthew Arnold in which he defines culture as the study of perfection, and the Philistines are middle class according to Arnold, which means uncultured people. So the right answer is Philistines. Question number 21. In Hard Time, the education system satirized by Dickens is based on evangelism, Methodism, utilitarianism, liberalism. Hard Time is a novel by Charles Dickens, published in 1854. It satirizes social and economic conditions as well as education system of the time based on utilitarianism. So the right answer is option C is the right answer. Question number 22. In the poem Absalom and Achitophel, Absalom is intended to represent option A, Earl of Salisbury, option B, the Duke of Monmouth, option C, the Duke of York, option D, Charles II. Absalom and Achitophel is a satirical poem by George Dryden. It is also allegory regarding the political events of the time. So the right answer is option A is the right answer, the Earl of Salisbury. Question number 23. Match the following. Wycherley was an dramatist of a Restoration period who is best known for his play The Country Wife. George Farey was an Irish dramatist noted for his contribution of a late Restoration comedy, particularly his play The Recruiting Offer. Dryden is an English poet, literary critic and playwright. He was appointed England's first poet laureate in 1668. He wrote a tragedy All for Love, which is an adaptation of Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. George Etheridge was English dramatist who wrote the play She Would If She Could. The right answer is option B is the right answer. Question number 24. I woke one morning and found myself famous. This was said by Lord Byron, Alexander Pope, Sir Walter Scott, Charles Dickens. Here the right answer is Lord Byron in his poem The Childe Harold Pilgrim. The right answer is option A is the right answer. Question number 25. Father Time in Jude and Obscure is a peasant, priest, child and a teacher. Jude and Obscure is a novel by Thomas Hardy, published in 1895. The protagonist of Jude and Obscure, Jude, he is a working class young man whose dream is to become a scholar. In this novel, Little Father Time is a character who is a depressed child. He portrayed as a result of a bad luck in his life. So the right answer is option C is the right answer. Question number 26. Where the songs of spring, where are they? These lines occurs in Shelley's Ode to the West Wind, Keats' Ode to Autumn, G.M. Hopkins' Spring and Fall, Wordsworth Tintern Abbey. Here the right answer is option B, Keats' Ode to Autumn. Question number 27. In Wuthering Heights, Heathcliff enters the Earnshaw family as the child of a maid servant, the child of a convict, the child of a distant relation. Option D, foundling. Wuthering Heights is a novel by Emily Bronte, published in 1847. It concerns two families, Earnshaw and Lintons, and their relationship with Earnshaw's adopted son, Heathcliff, a foundling son. The novel depicts the mental and physical cruelty, and it challenges the Victorian morality and religious values. So the right answer is option C. D is the right answer. Foundling son. Foundling, which means a child who doesn't know the parents. Question number 28. Which novelist was contemporaneously referred to by Jonathan Swift as the fellow that was pillowed? I have forget his name. Option A, Joseph Addison. Option B, Goldsmith. Option C, Daniel Defoe. Option D, Steele. Here the right answer is Daniel Defoe is the right answer. This was the passing comment on Daniel Defoe by Jonathan Swift. Question number 29. In which work does Virginia Woolf refer to the imaginary sister of Shakespeare? Orlando, the three geniuses, A Room of One's Own, to the Lighthouse. A Room of One's Own, uh, it is an essay by Virginia Woolf in which she asserted that the woman must have money and a room for her own if she is to write a fiction. So Judith Shakespeare is an imaginary character of William who appears in this essay. So the right answer is A Room of One's Own. Question number 30. Which of the following is not a party slogan in George Orwell's 1984? War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength, some are more equal than others. 1984 is a dystopian novel by George Orwell. In this novel, this phrase is one of the slogan of a party, that is, war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. So the party believes that they could engaging in war to keep peace in the country. So the right answer is option D is the right answer. Some are more equal than others. This line is taken from his another dystopian novel, Animal Farm. Question number 31. Which novel by George Graham Greene has priest as a protagonist? The Art of Matter, The Power and the Glory, The Brighton Rock, The American Council. Here the right answer is option B is the right answer. The Power and the Glory is a novel by the British author Graham Greene, published in 1940. The priest is an unnamed main character in the novel. The novel tells the story of renegade Roman Catholics whiskey priest living in Mexican city of Tabasco in 1930, a time when the Mexican government was attempting to suppress the Catholic Church. That suppression has resulted in Christorian War. So the right answer is The Power and the Glory by Graham Greene. Question number 32. The author of Waterland is Martin Kingsley, John Fowles, David Lodge, Graham Swift. Here the right answer is option D is the right answer. Graham Swift. Waterland is a fiction by Graham Swift. It concerns with the nature and importance of history. So for this reason, it is associated with the new historicism. And this novel won the Guardian Fiction Prize also. Question number 33. The two sisters in a street car named Desire are Blanche and Maggie, Blanche and Stella, Blanche and Isabella, Laura and Blanche. A Street Car Named Desire is a play by Tennessee Williamson. The play dramatized the experience of Blanche, a former Southern belle who lost her family and traveled with her younger sister Stella. So Tennessee Williamson was an American playwright along with Eugenie Neal and Arthur Miller, who are considered as foremost dramatists of 20th century American drama. So the right answer is option B is the right answer. Blanche and Stella. Question number 34. The Female Eunuch is a feminist work by Betty Friedan, Kate Millett, Jermina Greer, Toriel Moyle. The Female Eunuch is a book by Jermina Greer, published in 1970. It is an important text in the feminist movement. Jermina Greer is an Australian writer and public intellectual, regarded as one of the major voices of radical feminist movement in 19th century. The book deals with the separation of a female intellect, identity and psychological development. So the right answer is option C, Jermina Greer. Question number 35. Which work is an example of new historicism? Option A, the historical novel. Option B, regarding the Varierum. Option C, the Long Revolution. Option D, Renaissance Self-Fastening. Renaissance Self-Fastening is a book by Stephen Greenwald, published in 1980. According to the Greenwald, during the Renaissance, the upper class practiced self-fashioning, so it is considered to be an example of new historicism. So the right answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 36. Which term is not generally associated with Derridan deconstruction? Trace, deference, logocentrism, interpellation. Trace, deference and logocentrism, these are the technical terminologies used in Derrida's deconstruction. Interpellation is a term coined by Louis Althusser in his book Ideology and Ideological State Apparences. So the right answer is option D is the right answer. Question number 37. Match the following. Kenneth Brook wrote The Well-Wrought Urn, a book by Kenneth Brook. T.S. Eliot wrote Hamlet and His Problems. This is an essay by T.S. Eliot that offers a critical reading of Hamlet. F.R. Lewis wrote The Common Pursuits, and J.C. Ransom wrote The New Criticism. It emphasizes the close reading of a text, particularly in poetry. Here the right answer is option C is the right answer. Question number 38. To heart that can't vary absence is presence, the expression absence is presence is an example of metaphysical consist, transferred epithet, irony and paradoxy. Here the right answer is option D. Question number 39. Sweet things turn sourced by their deeds, lies that festers smell for worse than weeds. These lines are from sonnet by Shakespeare, Keats, Wordsworth, Blake. These lines are taken from sonnet number 94 entitled They That Have Power to Hurt and Will Do None by Shakespeare. So the right answer is option A. Shakespeare is the right answer. Question number 40. Who is not a Caribbean writer? Derek Walcott, George Leming, E.R. Braithwaite, V.S. Naipaul. Here the right answer is option A. Derek Walcott. He is an Australian writer, not a Caribbean writer. Question number 41. Huck Finn keeps his $6,000 of money with Auntie Sally, Judge Thatcher, Widow Douglas, Mrs. Weston. The Adventure of Huckleberry, a novel by Mark Twain. In the novel, Huck Finn gives a summary of how he and Tom got $6,000, and Judge Thatcher he has taken Huck's money and invested it. So the right answer is Judge Thatcher. Question number 42. Holden Caulfield is the protagonist of the novel Catch-22, The Great Gatsby, The Catcher in Rye, The Fountainhead. The Catcher in Rye is a novel by J.D. Salinger, published in 1951. Holden Caulfield is the protagonist in the novel. So the right answer is option C is the right answer. The Catcher in Rye. Question number 43. In which novel do character Ashley, Vicky and Rhett Butler figures? Sister Carrie's From Whom the Bell Toys, Gone with the Wind, Light in August. Gone with the Wind is a novel by Margaret Mitchell. So the right answer is option C is the right answer. Gone with the Wind. Question number 44. What immortal hand or I could frame they dash symmetry. Frightful, frightening, fearful, fearless. Here the right answer is option A, frightful. Question number 45. Match the following. Myth and Ritual is a book by James Frazer. Ambiguity is a term associated with William Emerson. Anxiety of Influence is a book by Harold Bloom. Alienation effect is a term associated with Bertolt Brecht. Here the right answer is option C is the right answer. Question number 46. Who is not considered a metaphysical poet? George Herbert, Abraham Cowley, Richard Crashaw, Champman. George Champman was an English dramatist. So the right answer is Champman, George Champman. Who says Shakespeare approximates the remote and familiarizes the wonderful? Ben Jonson, Dryden, Dr. Johnson, Charles Lamb. Here the right answer is option C, Dr. Samuel Johnson in his work Preface to Shakespeare. Question number 48. The protagonist David Lowry in James Joyce Coetzee Disgrace is a professor of anatomy, English, anatomy, economics. Disgrace is a novel by James Coetzee. In the novel, David Lowry is the main character and also a professor at University of Cape Town, and he is the professor of English. So the right answer is option B, English. Question number 49. The author of Life of P is John Pauls, Umberto Eco, Anna Martel, Hanif Kureishi. Life of P is a novel by Anna Martel, published in 2001. The protagonist is P, means Patel, an Indian Tamil boy from Pondicherry who explores the issue of spirituality and metaphysics from an early age. So the right answer is Anna Martel is the right answer. Question number 50. Which play is a satire on academic research in science? Cloud9, Final Solution, Arcadia, Blasted. Here the right answer is Arcadia is a term taken from Greek. It refers to vision of pastoralism and harmony with nature. So the right answer is option C is the right answer. Thank you friends for watching this video. If you have any doubts, questions or clarifications, let me know in the comment box.